Stop blaming yourself for feeling unworthy. The real problem might be habits you're repeating every day without even noticing. Did you know there are small, hidden mistakes most people make that silently kill their dark confidence? And the worst part, they're so common that you probably think they're normal. Today, I'm going to break down mistakes that are secretly sabotaging your power, holding you back, and making you doubt yourself in ways you did not even realize. If you're ready to finally eliminate these confidence-killing habits, keep watching, because the problem is not you. It's the mistakes you never knew you were making. Mistake number 1, ignoring small wins. Most people are chasing the next big thing, yet ignoring the tiny victories along the way. Imagine working relentlessly towards a goal, but constantly feeling drained and empty. That's what happens when small wins are overlooked. They slip away unnoticed, taking your motivation with them. Ignoring small achievements rewires your brain to crave only massive success, making you believe that nothing is ever enough. This sets you up for burnout, self-doubt, and frustration. Even top athletes know the power of celebrating tiny progress. It's what separates the average from the elite. The brain releases dopamine when you acknowledge small wins, boosting your mood and reinforcing positive behavior. Over time, these mini celebrations snowball into a powerful cycle of motivation, helping you push through difficult moments. By ignoring small wins, you're unconsciously telling yourself that only huge milestones matter, robbing yourself of the confidence needed to achieve the bigger goals you're striving for. Mistake number 2, over-apologizing. Constantly saying "I'm sorry" may feel harmless, but it's actually a silent confidence killer. Every time you apologize when it's unnecessary, you're sending a subconscious message that you're at fault, even when you're not. It's more than just words. It's a signal to others that you lack authority, value, and self-assurance. Imagine how often you've apologized for things that weren't even your fault. Bumping into someone, speaking your opinion, or just being yourself. This habit diminishes your presence and positions you as inferior. Over-apologizing weakens your boundaries, making it easy for others to take advantage of you. Even in professional settings, it reduces your credibility and makes people perceive you as less competent. The worst part? You're reinforcing this low-value mindset every single time. Instead, try replacing it with assertive phrases like, "Thank you for your patience." It instantly shifts the dynamic and prevents you from undermining your confidence and self-worth. Mistake number 3, letting negative self-talk run wild. Ever felt like you're the only one who doubts yourself while everyone else seems confident? That's because your inner critic is sabotaging you silently, while others have learned to silence theirs. Letting negative self-talk run wild doesn't just kill your confidence, it shapes your entire reality. Every "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed" becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, making you avoid challenges and settle for mediocrity. Repeating these phrases rewires your brain to focus on your flaws, magnifying even minor setbacks. It's like having a bully living rent-free in your head, always tearing you down. What's worse, it happens so automatically that you start believing it's your true self speaking. People with strong inner dialogues build a higher resilience, pushing through difficulties because their mind reinforces their strengths instead of tearing them apart. Changing this narrative isn't just about thinking positively. It's about reclaiming control over your own mind and future. Mistake number 4, surrounding yourself with toxic people. High achievers know one thing for sure: who you surround yourself with can make or break your confidence. Toxic people don't just drain your energy, they warp your entire sense of self. They're experts at subtle manipulation, using backhanded compliments and disguised negativity to keep you doubting yourself. Over time, you stop trusting your own instincts and start second-guessing everything you do. Their criticism isn't about you. It's about keeping you below them. Imagine a friend who always finds a way to downplay your successes, or a colleague who consistently makes you feel small. These people feed off your insecurities, anchoring you to their level. Even worse, spending time with them rewires your brain to accept criticism as normal, weakening your resilience and self-esteem. The longer you tolerate it, the harder it becomes to break free, and the more you start to see yourself through their warped lens. True confidence only flourishes in a supportive environment. Mistake number 5. Comparing yourself to others. Ever wondered why you feel so drained after scrolling through social media? It's because comparing yourself to others creates a false reality where you're always losing. You're not seeing the real picture, only the highlights. While you focus on someone else's success, your brain starts amplifying your own shortcomings. You see someone's promotion and suddenly feel like your career is failing. You see a friend's vacation, and your own life feels dull. This constant comparison sets an impossible standard and convinces you that you're always falling behind. It's a trap that leaves you feeling inadequate and kills your motivation. The irony is that the people you're comparing yourself to are likely doing the same thing, chasing someone else's illusion of success. It's a vicious cycle. The only way to break free is to start measuring progress against yourself, celebrating where you were yesterday and where you are today, no matter how small the change. Mistake number 6. Over-explaining yourself. Over-explaining is like digging a hole that only gets deeper the more you speak. It signals insecurity and makes you look desperate for approval. Picture this. Every extra word you add weakens your stance, making others question your credibility. Instead of coming across as confident, you appear uncertain, even guilty, like you're justifying your very existence. It's a power giveaway, turning simple statements into a pleading tone. Imagine telling your boss why you missed a deadline and spiraling into irrelevant details, trying to sound responsible. Instead, you seem unreliable. Worse, people begin to expect you to defend yourself even when you don't need to. That's why top negotiators say less and let silence speak for them. When you over-explain, you lose control of the conversation and your authority crumbles. Cut the fluff, stick to your point, and leave space for others to respond. That's where true power lies. Mistake number 7. Putting everyone else first. Ever feel like everyone around you is living their best life, except you? That's the trap of putting everyone else first. People-pleasing makes you invisible and erodes your sense of self-worth. While you're bending over backward to meet everyone's needs, your own goals are getting buried deeper. It's like running a marathon for others, only to realize you've crossed the finish line last, exhausted and unfulfilled. The constant need to please makes you say yes to everything, even things that drain you, just to avoid conflict or rejection. You become a background character in your own life, always sacrificing your priorities for others. This behavior not only kills your confidence, but also creates resentment. People start taking your kindness for granted, assuming you'll always be there. Meanwhile, you're left wondering why you feel stuck and unappreciated. The truth is, every yes to others is a silent no to yourself. So, if you've been unknowingly making these mistakes, it's time to turn the tables and reclaim your confidence. Each change you make, no matter how small, brings you closer to the powerful version of yourself that's been hidden for too long. Don't let these mistakes continue stealing your potential. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content that pushes you to the next level.
Before you go, here's a question. What's the one mistake you're guilty of making that you'll commit to fixing today? Drop it in the comments below.